Welcome back, everyone, to the always organized and dynamic world of Emacs. Here today, this is 2026, getting yourself organized with org mode 26. Might make this a yearly tradition. Why not? I always get org mode excited in January. Today, I wanted to do something different in org mode. I'm always experimenting with these different ways of organizing your work. And, I've had my own personal ups and downs with using the org mode agenda, not because of the tool itself or the options it gives, but basically in my personal workflow, seeing how it can work for me, because sometimes I tend to jump to a lot of different projects, and even the agenda itself cannot always rein me in. But I'm thinking more recently, as we come into 2026, using your energy as a way of organizing your tasks. So, for example, if you tend to be more energetic and have your best thinking in the morning, and you tend to hit that afternoon slump, like a lot of people do, then you could organize an agenda that way as an organizing principle. And of course, picking projects that are suitable for the agenda and not letting other things creep into there sometimes. So for example, if you're working on a difficult program, you're redesigning a database, you have to decide, are you going to put tasks like, call dad or take out the garbage or all of that stuff into your same agenda, because it can kind of grow out of control and things can kind of creep in and get cluttered. But before we get too far into it, we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping. I'm very excited to announce my newest ebook, Git for Writers. If you remember Emacs for Writers, this is the companion book, Git for Writers. So what's in this book? Learn everything you need to master your writing process with Git. That's right, not just for coders. From tracking revisions and managing drafts to collaborating with editors and recovering from mistakes. No programming experience required, just clear, practical guidance for writers who want total control over their creative work. That's right, sometimes you just need total control, and that's what I like about Git. It really was a fun book to write because I got a chance to go through all of the things I learned using Git for my writing all these years. And it was kind of fun to learn in the research process that there are certain institutions that either do technical writing or academic writing that actually use Git in their workflow for kind of like polishing up drafts and going through their review process and things. So it definitely has capabilities for writers. And of course, I'll have a link below to this new ebook. And of course, Emacs for Writers is still available. I'll have a link for that as well. But on with the show, getting yourself organized with org mode 2026. So I was thinking a lot about Deep Work, which is, of course, Cal Newport's famous book that I'm sure all of my org mode viewers are familiar with. We like two books, I think, above all else. We like Getting Things Done by David Allen, and we like Deep Work by Cal Newport. Those and probably the Bible. I think a lot of Emacs users probably are adepts at biblical scholarship as well. So what we got here are some agenda views that are going to separate deep work from shallow work. And if you're not familiar with Cal Newport's book, I think I can sum up the main thesis that he separates your deep work, which are cognitively, or I should say time spent on cognitively demanding tasks that you bring your absolute undivided, uninterrupted attention to. So your full cognitive workload, everything focused in on that. You're not checking email, you're not checking your phone or social media. You're just dedicating all your attention to that task. That's deep work. And then there's shallow work, which is tasks that may be important, may need to get done, but they don't really require that complete focus that you get with your deep work. So separating these two things and then deciding how much time you have available to dedicate to one or the other. It was actually kind of funny in the book. He mentions, how to talk to your boss or your manager about deep work and telling them, hey, I want to dedicate some deep work time to these tasks. What's my allowance? How much time do you want me to spend on deep work? How much time do you want me to spend on shallow work? And it's a good thing that Cal Newport is a professor, because at least when I tried that in my corporate job, it didn't really work, because the manager can obviously always say, oh, well, you should be doing, you should be doing deep work on everything all the time. Bring your best focus to everything you do. Oh, but you do have to be on top of your email, and you have to be in Slack all day and doing all these other distracting things. So actually the answer is 0. In most cases, you get no deep work time, or at least there's no differentiating between deep work and shallow work. But that's what we're doing in this work mode agenda here. So we're going to have a view to view just deep work tasks. We're going to have one just for shallow work, and we're going to have sort of an overview that shows both. And we're going to have morning and afternoon optimized tasks. So like I was talking about in the beginning, so what it's like for most men is we've got like our 24-hour circadian rhythms, right? So usually in the morning, your energy levels tend to be highest, and it's like a 24-hour cycle. So it kind of builds up, you're at your best in the morning, and then it kind of degrades slowly over the day. At least that's what it's like for most people. So we're going to have an option here where we can sort the agenda by tasks that are best done in the morning and ones that you can do in the afternoon. This is something I was experimenting with, because I was thinking that maybe you could do like evening tasks, like catching up on reading and things like that. But then again, this is for work, and you probably wouldn't be intending to work in the evenings. You'd probably want to be relaxing or doing some pleasure reading or something like that. So I didn't include an evening view. And we're going to set up some capture templates, because this agenda is going to rely on some properties on headings. So we don't want to have to type those in every time. We want some capture templates. We're going to have one that's going to capture a deep work task with 2 hours of effort. There's going to be effort estimates on these. It's going to be a way of kind of sorting the most difficult tasks that you want to give the most time to, from ones that are maybe deep work, but maybe you don't need as many hours on. Experimenting with that. And a shallow work task, which is going to be by default 30 minutes of effort. And of course, you can edit these all in the template as you pull it up. And a quick shallow item, which would be like 15 minutes. And just to experiment with like how you can have different categories for the tasks, we're going to capture a research and reading task, which is going to be default an hour and a half of deep work. So yeah, deep work tasks are going to be sorted by priority, then effort. So that it was experimenting with, but deciding probably will not use priority. But I wanted to leave it in there as a way of showing that you can do that if you want to. Shallow work tasks are going to be sorted by priority, then effort with the shortest first. So the theory behind that is that if you're capturing a shallow task, you maybe want to grab an easy one first, particularly if you're in an afternoon slump. If you have a phone call or something pretty basic, you might just want to jump on it. And there's going to be a best time property. That's where you can set a morning or afternoon to schedule tasks in your optimal energy windows. And so yeah, you can, of course, as it says here, you can modify effort estimates. And this is the format for putting in effort. And the agenda view is going to have the effort estimate included as well with this nice little template expansion here. So that is all pretty good. And I'll have all this on my website. I'll have a link below where you can read an associated blog post with all of this content and the code for you as well. All right, so let's actually take a look at these. So I'm going to run this, I'm going to evaluate this nice Emacs Lisp code here. And that will bring up, now you see we're going to have our deep work queue, our shallow work queue, an overview of all the tasks, morning deep work, and the afternoon slump is going to be right here on the A key. So that is all as we expect. And I went ahead and I got the capture templates here, and they're all going to be capturing into this same file that I'm using for the demo, just for simplicity. But of course, you will update these file paths with your own agenda file. And of course, I've already added this file to the agenda, so you want to make sure to do that as well so that the agenda knows where it is. That hotkey is Control-C in the left bracket, so you see, added it to the list. You could also program that. You could hard code it in your config file. But I think we are all set here. So let's actually demo this. So first, let's look at the deep work tasks on the D key here. So Control-A, of course, to open the agenda. We're going to hit the D key. So now we see it got a few tasks in here. You see that on the deep work view, they're sorted by effort down. So that means most effort at the top and then descending down. So at the top, rewrite chapter 5. That's a deep work task, chapter 5 of something, presumably. So that's the effort estimate is 2 hours on that, 2 hours on architecting a new database schema. And here you can see, as I said, if you just use the file by itself, it uses the file name as the tag here. But if you use a category property, as we did on this one here, reread David Allen's chapter on tickler files, it's a very important chapter. You see that it uses the research category that is in the task itself. If I open it up here, open up the property drawer, you can see it's the category is research. So that's where it's pulling that from. And we could also do that. So for example, on the reread chapter 5 task, if I do Control-C, Control-X, and P, I can put a category on that. Let's call it writing, for example. So when I reload the agenda view, you can see the G key, that rewrite task is now categorized as writing. And the benefit of that also, if I remember the correct key, I believe it's the less than sign. You can filter by a category and then unfilter. So if I want to just see the research tasks, you can use the less than symbol to do that. Very cool. So those would be deep work sessions available. All right, so let's now look at the shallow work queue. So like I said, this one is sorted, as you can see in the code here. I may have accidentally copied it wrong. Let's see. So when we look at the shallow work tasks, yep, there you go. So that's effort up, right? So the smaller effort ones are toward the top, and as you go down, you'll get the higher effort ones. So the lowest effort, respond to George's email. A 15-minute task is toward the top here. So if you want to just grab that, you can go ahead and do it. And then scheduling meetings, we're thinking about 30 minutes. All right, so that's where we can dip into the shallow work. All right, and on the W key, we have the work type overview. So this would just show you both. Both of these are effort down. The effort down and effort up option obviously confuses me, even though it shouldn't. But yeah, so I guess if you think about it, because it seems like it's kind of inverse, right? If it's effort down, then more effort is at the top, which is up, and then effort down, the lower effort's going to be down. I guess that's the way you have to look at it. Lower effort goes down. I don't know. But anyway, this overview will show you both. I'm not sure if that's a necessary view, but it can be a good option, I guess, if you just want to get a rundown of kind of what the whole day is going to look like. I suppose that could be helpful. And then any items that have the morning set as best time, you can see now best time is of course not in org mode default property. That was one that I set up just for this. So you see when you go in, if you set an agenda view with the tags to do option here, so you can see, so for the morning, it's going to grab anything that has a work type of deep and a best time of morning. So it's just going to match those strings, which is as simple as you can get, pretty basic. Just there's a string here, work type deep, best time morning, just match those strings and then pop it into the agenda view. And for the morning here, you see that the effort is actually unsorted. So these will just, there's no particular sorting strategy. That's what it's called, org agenda sorting strategy. So there's no sorting strategy in the morning view. In either case, I couldn't think of a deep work task that you would specifically do in the morning. I suppose you could do sort of an anytime of view. So that would be something that if you have a deep work session available any other time of the day, you could do, or something that doesn't necessarily have to be done in the morning. Because if you are using the afternoon slump, as I am here, for something like scheduling meetings, then you may not need to necessarily differentiate between deep work that would be done in the morning or not. I don't know. It's something to think about if you're considering your energy levels, and if you have the luxury, I guess, of being able to do some deep work time later on in the afternoon. I suppose there's instances in which that's possible, where you could have a task where you want to do deep work. Maybe that's a good time where you'd like to do your reading or something like that, or research. So you could differentiate between deep work done in the morning and deep work that you can maybe list as any time. That would be another possibility. So for example, if I wanted to do this this rereading of that chapter, I suppose I could put best time as any time. That way I won't see it in the morning. I would only see this writing task and this database task. So that can be helpful, I think. I will call that Getting Yourself Organized with Org Mode 2026. If you have any comments or questions, of course, feel free to leave them below. I'll mention again, the new book, Git for Writers, is out now. Check it out. I'll always be happy to see any comments or success stories or opinions you may have about that. And otherwise, I'll go ahead and leave the video there. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's make 2026 a very organized and productive year for everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.